took it to the house, and since that moment, this rivalry has been on.
It's been so much fun to watch. For years, it had conference championship implications. We've seen Heisman Trophy implications in this one. More recently, college football playoff implications as well.
Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
And this is going to be the matchup for this defense all game long, containing the QB speed, because he can get out and he can roll. Nice job early in this football game, judging his speed, getting out there, getting the sack, and most importantly, getting a hit on him early in this football game so he can physically feel you, and those hits can start to add up throughout a football game.
Look out! Somehow fits it into a host of defenders. He's down right there, short gain on the ground.
And this is an offense that talked about really wanting to take that taste out of their mouth from a week ago. Getting the loss, like they wanted to bounce back, they wanted to start fast, and that's kind of frustrating for them, right? Going 3 and out, setting the tone like that, now already having to depend on your defense. Hopefully this defense is strapped up and ready to rock and roll.
He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. Moore. Out wide left, it's Moore.
In college football, you see this a ton now. You use a quick passing game, basically as the running game. Get a few yards, get your offense ahead of the sticks, keeps it on pace for success.
The Ducks with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving.
Hey, check it. 36-92.
Making the adjustment.
Here we go. Ready. Freeze. Go.
Moore will throw. Quick completion on the out. And it's a catch, but he's got enough for the first down.
I'll tell you, QBs and receivers, they practice these out routes all week long. You've got to anticipate. You've got to be comfortable throwing it before he gets out of his break. And they executed it perfectly right there to pick up that first.
Now it's a first down from the 43-yard line. They'll lead it with the lone back. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
It really shows you his skills on that last run. And I feel like today, if you're a running back at Oregon, you are expected to be explosive. You're not going to be a guy that goes in between the tackles and gains 3 yards, and that's okay. I feel like now, today, because of all the great running backs they've had here recently, if you get into the second level, you're expected to go to the house. This guy has that kind of skill.
They get him off his feet after a pickup of 5 down to the 25. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5.
Down, ready. White 20 up. Square. Go.
They'll go play action with Moore. Still looking to his right. He can't find anybody. It'll be incomplete as the defense does a really good job in coverage.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
Ball's at the 25. They're in field goal range, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. Quarterback signaling to his guys.
Go.
Moore from the gun on 3rd down. Throws for the tight end. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
And the defender makes a great read, breaks on the football, and makes the big interception in the back end. Here's the thing. That's number 4 this season, so he's finding the football consistently.
Here comes the Washington offense to start this possession. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. They'll start on the ground with Washington. Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 10.
That's a one-dimensional, put him in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
They've got him pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd's trying to help keep him there. They give it back to him. Hammers ahead for a yard out to the 12.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Ton of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Here's Williams to throw. Fires to the wideout. Oh, he can't hang on. Almost had the interception, and this guy makes so many big plays, but couldn't come up with that one. It'll be 4th down. Washington sends out the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. On the return. He gets a block. Can they catch him? Found a lot of running room before he goes out of bounds, and what a way to build a little momentum. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Man coverage, when they get up in your face and they make things hard, you want to be able to attack the whole field and get them leaning one direction and then break outside like you did there. Nice out route connection, nice chemistry between quarterback.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone. Looks like he's going to bring it out. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Williams throws to the wideout. Picked off. What a way to set him up. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession. And how about this? You get to start a drive with a 1st and goal.
Down, ready. Where did he go?
Hit and dropped in his tracks. It'll be a loss of 6.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
Ready. Wide. Go, go.
Here's more to throw. He's got it on the move. That completion will take him inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. enough to smell the goal line. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. On the gun on third down, Dante Moore. And he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity, but it's incomplete.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. Third and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on fourth down. And he'll boot one from the right hash. He ought to be able to navigate that angle from this distance. Oh, the attempt is no good. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys.
And that's frustrating. I mean, you put a drive together, you're in scoring zone. Like, this is a green zone. You should be making all of these kicks, these short field goals, the chip shots. Kickers have to come through. They got to do their job.
They'll start on the ground with Washington. He is snowed under, nowhere to go, and it'll be second and long.
I think one of the keys to this defense's success all season has been how good they've been stopping the run. They are a top 10 unit when it comes to rushing defense, and it's helped them out this year down in the red zone.
They got nothing on the last play. It's second and 10. Williams. Good coverage to knock that pass away.
The cornerback wasn't fooled that time. He was squatting on the out route, and because of that, he was able to transition, break on the ball, and knock it away.
The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The house of loud is deafening on this third down. Here's Williams. Fires to the middle. Perfect timing on the hit to keep him from making the grab, and the defense forces a fourth down. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. He'll try to really get into this one. Gets it away, solid distance, but more importantly, trying to keep it away from that return man. The Oregon offense is on the field to get this drive going. A bit frustrating to miss that short field goal the last time they had it, but this time around, see if they can redeem themselves. Tackled almost immediately, not a whole lot on that one.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Moore. Got his man on the right. Makes the grab, it down immediately. He picks up a few.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
You have to wonder, after missing a field goal on the last drive, how are they going to play this third down? From the gun. Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be fourth down and 1. And the offense will stay on the field. Do you think they're just going to try to make the defense jump?
Ready. What? Check.
sets a tone, but that's also really part of their MO. They're going to go for it on 4th and short.
Yeah, it's a body blow, and it's demoralizing. It's a good point, Reese. When you go for it like that and you go get it, you're essentially telling the opponent, look, you can't stop us. Next time we get in a similar situation, we're going to do the exact same thing, and there ain't nothing you can do about it.
Left side is hooked. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance.
Great job by the defense here rallying to this wide receiver and making the tackle. He is dangerous. They don't want to let this receiver get behind them, but they know that when he makes catches, they better rally quickly and get this guy on the ground. He is fast.
Moore, play action. Finds his tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
The Ducks with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. One back in the backfield. He gets the carry. And he's tackled, stopped at the 14. They'll move the chains and got a first down in the red zone. And the Ducks pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Right back to the well. Not this time. After finding running room on the previous play, nowhere to go this time around as the defense rises up.
And the defense was locked in. You could tell they saw it. They reacted right away. Got the running back on the ground immediately.
They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. And now on second down for this offense. Throwing more. Going for 6. Touchdown! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board.
Man, diving catches always look sweet. They look even sweeter when it's for a touchdown. That's shades of Desmond Howard back in the day, winning a Heisman Trophy, making catches against Notre Dame. That was unbelievable.
He'll take the return, try to get better field position. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return.
a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Second and long here. Williams looking for a man. Out wide back, it's Washington. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. The Ducks signal for their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Williams desperately trying to cut through the noise. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. Now Oregon will call its second timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Gets it away, good distance, but more importantly, just the direction he wanted. They'll start this drive at their own 48. Dante Moore. He fires one deep over the middle. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. You can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
Quarterback changing the play. Moore to the air. Spits it out to the back. This time on target. A huge play there, and they finally get him out of bounds at the 37.
And I love QBs that understand when they need to put some extra sauce on the football. You see your guys sit down in the zone, running a curl, boom, fire that puppy to him, get it on him now so he can catch it before he gets destroyed. Nice job by the QB putting a little extra sauce on it.
Looks as if he's going to run it. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Here's Moore to throw. Rushes on. And it's a sack.
Man, that is a big negative play for this defense, putting them in reverse, getting the quarterback on the ground, and they better get ready again. Look at this offense. They're right back on the ball, ready to snap it again.
In the gun on third down. Moore unloads to the wideout. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Keeping it on the ground with their running back. And after that short gain, they'll head to the locker room. It's halftime here. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Lot of scoreboard watching today, fellas, but fear not, Week 13, we've got you covered here on the College Football Update Show. We start with the Mississippi State Bulldogs taking on the number 7 team, the Ole Miss Rebels. And it's Mississippi State able to escape with a 3-point victory. Talk about an upset. The victory caps off an 8-4 regular season, and you'd have to think an invitation to a quality bowl game. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
They'll send the back in motion. Moore. Oh, pressure's coming. Oh, the
was able to avoid disaster right there. Problem is they fumbled it, but thankfully they were able to jump back on and not have a turnover.
The Ducks now with a long way to go to pick up the first down.
Ready, ready. Clear 30. Ready, go.
Moore will throw. Fires to the wideout. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. The Huskies offense out there and ready to go. The defense set them up with a turnover and now to try to cash it in. Red pass, it's complete. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Well, if you're going to get first downs against this defense, you're going to have to earn it. You're going to have to make people miss. This is an excellent tackling unit. You saw it on that last play.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Here's Williams to throw. Here comes the heat. Gets rid of it.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
Williams from the gun on third down. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll be fourth down.
And we were talking about it at half, guys. Like, how are they going to crack this puzzle, right? This defense so elite in the first half. Second half, they come out, they're trying to throw the football, man. I just don't know where the weaknesses are. They're going to have to keep working and keep trying to make that big play and stay aggressive. But so far, on every level of this defense, they've been dominant.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. Last drive ended with an interception, and they can't afford to have that happen again. See some running room. Coaches talk about running with violence, running with bad intentions. That's what that looks like as he gets it up to the 32.
I love the play call there, and I love the run for a variety of reasons. Obviously, you're trying to settle your quarterback down after throwing 2 picks in the last 2 drives, but also you're able to generate a really nice game for this offense and make second and short so much easier, so much more manageable. It just allows your quarterback, too, to take a breath and exhale.
On target. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the first down.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Now they'll line it up from the 44 on first and 10.
Ready. Black 14. Black 14. Let's go.
Give to the back. 7-yard pickup on that one. Is now second and 3.
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hands, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now they're finding out about him.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's second and 3. Throwing more. They'll run the screen. Turning it on. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
Phillies defense comes up with another big play, man. They get the pick six. They get the mistake. They've been flying all over the field, playing well with their hair on fire, Palmer, forcing some turnovers, really doing a good job of confusing this QB.
Yeah, and on offense for the quarterback, you've got to stop with the turnovers. Now, obviously, turnovers lose you games. When you allow defensive touchdowns, the analytics show you your losing probability goes way up. Right now, they'd be out comfortably ahead if he would just stop giving the football to the other team. They need to settle him down before he gets back out on the field.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. Running inside.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conserved, and that's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
It's first and 10 from the 38-yard line. Dante Moore. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And you must do that against a guy of this caliber. This kind of QB will absolutely pick you apart. You got to get hurries. You got to get pressures. And when you can get hits and make him feel the physicality of the game, maybe you can take that guy and knock him down a few notches.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Moore to the air. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Oh, he's going to be brought down. A huge loss on the play.
If I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm thinking about chipping this defensive end with running backs. I'm leaving my tight ends in to help this tackle because we cannot block him. He's already got 2 sacks.
After that sack, the offensive line better get its stuff together. Stuff, you know what I mean by stuff. Third down. Working the ground game. He'll be stopped short, and they'll force a fourth down.
It's unfortunate for this offense, guys. Had they not had the mental errors and mistakes early in the drive, they'd be sitting pretty right now. Even after that long gain on the running play, they've still got fourth down.
A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. They'll start on the ground with Washington. 9-yard pickup on the play. It's now second and 1.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back on this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the ball.
He's got enough, and it'll be a first down for Washington.
Yeah, and it's so nice. Don't overthink it, right? Just hand it off, get the first down, new set of downs, let's go.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Here's a gift to Washington. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final. season and to wonder what type of impact this result will have on these rankings. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Motion from the wideout. Looking for running room. He's stopped.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Here's Williams. Fires to the right. It's picked off, and that's number 10. Going the other way, and he's got room. This defense taking one back to the house. That one pushes this lead out a little bit more here in the fourth, and now they can smell 8 straight wins. And with the extra point, the lead is a dozen here in the fourth.
How about a game-changing play for this defense, stepping in front of the football and knowing what to do with it and taking it all the way to the end zone.
Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They get the ball back after the punt, and they've got to be efficient here as time is winding down. Works the middle of the field. Makes the catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one. Washington wants to go quickly.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead. It's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first down. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
He'll get it across the 30-yard line. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 32 as this offense is trying to do some work.
And they're going to need a lot more of this to get back in this football game. They're trailing. They're trying to make plays. I like the decision-making of the young man, though. Don't force the football. We already got to make big plays. The defense knows it, too. Nice job pulling it down, scrambling, getting the first down. Now you got to keep it going.
Finds his man. Knocked down immediately, but a nice pickup on that one. And the Huskies in a good spot here with second and short.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone well.
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. And nobody responsible for picking up the free safety because, David, frankly, I don't believe they thought he was coming.
No, and whose responsibility is that? The quarterback. If I see the free safety blitzing, I'm throwing the ball deep to somebody to make a play because he can't cover deep anymore. So put that in your back pocket. They want to bring that safety blitz. I'm going to make them pay, and I'm going to throw the ball deep.
Complete to the left. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49. This Washington offense moving quickly down the field.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
Williams throws to the wideout. And it's picked off for the third time today. No real chance on the return, but they've got it at the 34. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. And that interception might well be the nail in the coffin. Offense gets the ball back, up by 2 scores. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete. Long way to go on second down. Here's more
situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
Back 88. Check, check.
Going to audible here. Let's see what they do.
Why did he go?
The give as they work on that clock. Nice run to pick up his way for good yardage there.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Blue 22. Blue. Ready, go.
Just feeds the running back. Dragged down at the 39, but he's got 5 yards, and they'll move the sticks.
And this one isn't over because the defense still has 3 timeouts left, but man, that clock is ticking, and they can just run the football up multiple possessions. They're going to need something magical to happen. They're going to need to start stripping at that football, create some turnovers, and get lucky down the stretch.
Strikes first, delivers the punch, and works his way to the 31.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late. Just want to find ways to keep the chains moving. They're doing it.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now. We'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. Let's see what they've got on second down.
Hey. 62-24 home. 62-24 home. Here, ready, go.
Straight ahead, it's Hill. Hit and drop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
You just need more from your offensive line. Second and short like that, you'd love to be able to fire off the ball and pick that up running it, but the defense was able to get penetration. They were able to get a stop, and now you set up third down, and this offensive line is going to have to play a lot better here.
They're looking at a third down and short from the 33.
Check, check, check.
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. Still third down, but a little less manageable after that penalty. Moore from the gun on third down. Turns it upfield. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Washington stops the clock and uses its first timeout. Gives them a little time to dig deep in the play sheet and figure out what to do on fourth down. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down.